Hello, friends, and welcome to the most glorious of events, the Movie Mavericks podcast. This outstanding program is hosted by two fine gentlemen, Jason and Trevor. Now make it so.
MovieMavericks.com.
Hey, now everybody, welcome to episode 411 of the Movie Mavericks podcast. I'm Trevor Anderson, send you over to Jason Rugard. He's got a rundown for us.
On tonight's episode, we are going to be talking about some of the big movies of the summer thus far, including the just-released Happy Gilmore 2, which is huge on Netflix right now, as well as Jurassic Park, I Know What You Did Last Summer, that's the new reboot, F1, it's hanging around there in theaters, and the trailers for Red Sonja, Sweet Revenge, which is a Jason Voorhees-type movie, and Peacemaker 2, that's the second season coming out from James Gunn. My goodness, I got a cat in my mouth tonight. But if there are other things, what is going on your side, my man? What are we talking about trivia-wise?
We got San Francisco, California. Serves as the backdrop for all of these films but one. Which one? The Towering Inferno, Vertigo, Ladder 49, The Fan.
I want to say Ladder 49 is a Chicago firehouse.
Right?
Yeah.
I was going to say. Wow, is it? Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
I never saw Ladder 49.
I didn't either, but I recalled the poster that had the Chicago
That's what
logo
I was trying to think too. Yeah.
I'm sure it's a good movie. There's a couple of those movies out there that people are slept on. Like Home of the Brave was fantastic. That Jason Kaczynski film that with Josh Brolin and Miles Teller.
Miles Teller, yeah.
Really good. And nobody saw that one. But yet Backdraft is just beloved. It's odd.
It's not really. No one's seen Backdraft now. Don't worry about it.
That's true. It's passed over many generations now.
Yeah, nobody knows about Backdraft. Don't even worry about it.
That's sad. My buddies and I still will quote that movie like, you check that door for heat? All right. What else you got there for me? I'm feeling hot tonight. I'm feeling spunky.
All right. This is a hard one, okay? Who directed the films Aliens, Blade Runner, and Gladiator? Should I read the list?
I think we're good on Mr. Scott there.
Wow.
Well, there we are.
Well, how is that in here?
For formality. I mean, that last one was fairly hard, which is a good trivia question. And this one was like, ooh.
Just like three easy. That's like almost a curveball. Maybe it was too easy. They thought you'd lose, you know?
Let's see, last one.
All right. You want to do one more?
Yeah, let's do one more. Why not?
This one's at the beginning of the book here. All right. Whose birth name was Doris Mary Ann von Kappelhoff? Barbara Stanwyck, Greta Garbo, Doris Day, or Marlene Dietrich?
I want to say it was Doris Day.
Because it's Doris?
No, because I've heard that.
You're correct, sir.
There you go. I heard that somewhere. Maybe in a Madonna interview. I don't know where I heard that from somewhere. That little nugget
I don't
was
know.
in there.
I've never heard that whole name before. That is a very wild, long German name.
I'm sure she was blacklisted at some point or put on the McCarthy era watch list.
No, that was for communists.
Well, I want her looked at. I want her files looked at.
We'll check her out after we get through the Epstein stuff.
Do you want to talk about the box office here briefly? We were talking off air about as we record this, Fantastic Four's numbers are coming in a little lighter than expected at $118 million off of the projected $125 million that they had pre-weekend release, which was going to be comparable to Superman.
Yeah.
And
big weekend collapse for them.
You think it was harmed because Superman held fairly well for a third weekend at $24 million, as estimates are right now?
Obviously Superman beat them as far as the weekend goes, for sure. Superman had a normal weekend here. This is what, the third weekend for Superman?
Yeah.
Completely normal third weekend, and the Fantastic Four had a collapse of a weekend, right? They had a good opening Friday, a solid opening Friday, and then a pretty awful Saturday and a pretty awful Sunday.
It's strange because these things are. This movie is particularly getting good reviews. I thought the word of mouth, from what I've heard, has leaning towards the positive and that it's fun. And
I've heard people who would normally not like it say it's surprising.
What I'm curious about is the superhero fatigue line, because here we have two superhero movies that are ultimately going to make, but one's going to make $300 million easy, and the other one will probably come close to it. So superhero fatigue, I don't think is a real thing.
I don't know. It depends on why did Fantastic Four collapse, is my question. I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know. Is it because it's awful? If it is, then it won't. I mean, the legs are going to be bad if this opening weekend is any evidence of the want to see this thing from an audience.
Well,
right? This is not good
either. Superman is not a success on a worldwide basis either. I think this is going to struggle to hit about 600 million, which is not a success when your movie costs 225. This needed to make around 700 million, 750 to be financially successful.
But I think that their thinking is that it's fine as long as this is big, this is pretty big. It's not a small movie. It's not a catastrophe. And so hopefully it'll be a launch for everything else yet to come.
Like
and
a loss
I think
leader.
That's what they're hoping for. Yeah, that's kind of what I think they're hoping for. It often happens. I don't know how you deal with this as of now, because everything it feels like needs to make $1 billion or else it is a failure. But those days are kind of over right now. So I don't know. Maybe they're thinking back more along the lines of like a 2008, early 2000s we had Batman Begins, late 2000s we had the start of the current Marvel stuff, and none of those made huge numbers really, So it's comparable. I don't know, even to the beginning of the Snyderverse stuff, it's comparable to that.
Well, what's concerning to Marvel should be that outside of Doomsday, which will probably get people back in theaters, they're having a real tough time getting people into their one-offs, their building block movies. And if people are only going to show up for these big ensembles, how many more of these one-offs are we going to get?
Well, I don't know that. I mean, what one-offs are you talking about?
Well, Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four.
That's not a one-off, though. All of these, the Fantastic Four, Thunderbolts, these are all setups. These are all phase. Whatever the fuck phase they're in now, right? This is the beginning of the next thing, right? This leads to Avengers Doomsday. This is like their new start. I think their problem is that they haven't successfully rebooted anything, right? And it's mainly because Hollywood's in a rut. I don't even know who you would cast, and we'll talk about this later on, about some of these other bullshit fucking movies that I've seen. It's like Hollywood's in a pretty awful state right now. So I'm not really surprised that the bottom of the spectrum here sucks. It's not surprising that the top also is having some major problems.
If you had asked me before the summer started who would win July, I wouldn't have thought it would have been Jurassic Park. I know it had the prime, the July 4th release date, which is the kind of the king of the summer usually gets that release date. But I really thought Superman would have it, and maybe it will ultimately outgross it. But so far, it looks like Jurassic Park has been the big moneymaker, especially on a worldwide basis. Jurassic Park's kicking the shit out of it.
Worldwide, I think it will be. It's the easiest watch. It's the one you know exactly what you're going to get when you go to watch it. Superman is new, right? And it is a new Superman. It's different than the other ones. So, with James Gunn, you know what you're going to get, but I don't know if people
knew what they were going to
get. Because it's Superman, right? So you expect something different than having James Gunn's name attached to it, right?
His sensibilities
I've heard he's done fine. I don't know.
Suicide Squad and Peacemaker suit that material very well.
Guardians of the Galaxy, he did a great job with a lot of other stuff, but I don't know. I mean, his Suicide Squad's awful.
I rewatched it recently. It's not as bad as I remembered it to be.
Yeah, it is.
You
don't remember how bad you remembered it being.
It's not as bad as I remembered it being. It was a little bit more fun than I recall. I enjoyed it. I was surprised. It was on the background as I was doing something, and I kept looking at it and going, okay, I don't really remember that shot or this little segment here. I think I was so irritated when I was watching it that I couldn't appreciate what it was.
Yeah, once you have less invested in it, to be fair, movies can get better.
That's true.
So I agree with you, but I still think it's an awful movie.
Well, let's move on and talk about the biggest movie of the weekend, and that wouldn't be Fantastic Four. That's going to be Happy Gilmore 2, because statistically, way more people saw Happy Gilmore 2 this weekend. I'm sure
there like numbers?
I'm sure when they drop the numbers, they're going to be astronomical, because just today as we
still
record
drop
this,
numbers?
they do quarterly, but Happy Gilmore 2 is number 1 on Netflix. Number 2 on Netflix is Happy Gilmore, the original. So, I mean, enough people are watching it to go back and watch the first one to knock that over everything else on Netflix. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be astronomically huge. I texted you the other night and said, did you watch this yet? And you said, no, I hadn't watched it. And I said I was going to wait to reserve my comments on it. And then I wake up this morning to a text from you that says, just started this. What the hell is this movie even about? And I'm glad it's not me, because as I was watching
the
this,
premise is awful.
the concept is so bad, man. 3 minutes in, the wife gets killed.
Oh, you get hit with the immediate reset.
The wife.
It's like, why are we doing this with every fucking movie? I don't need a reset.
I want to start the review, because obviously we're leaning towards the negative here as we go into this. But I want to start it by saying, or recounting something that Tom Cruise said about Top Gun when he was making that. And he said he didn't want to see sad Mav. He didn't want to see sad Maverick whose life was beat down. I thought that's such an astute thing to say, because they've done that with every one of our fucking guys. Whether it's Indiana Jones, Axel Foley, now Happy Gilmore. It's like, this is a sad, broken man. This is
they're resetting it. They have to put him down to the low so he can get back up to the high, which I think is ridiculous. There's no reason for this movie to be structured and for the premise to be the way that it is. He can simply have retired. He's old anyways. He can simply have retired and then needs to come back to get his daughter into college. There's no need for all this other weird bullshit happening throughout the movie. Also, the callbacks. Holy fucking shit! Are you kidding me? Why is 10% of this movie Happy Gilmore?
I was
what
because
the
nobody
fuck?
Because the member berries don't go too far with the new generation, so you have to show them.
These aren't member berries. These are crushing member berries into my fucking eyeballs. What is going on? It's like a fucking. You remember back in the day where they used to have clip shows?
Yeah, like exactly.
That's what this felt
a filler
like.
Episode of a TV show. Mm-hmm. Well, also, why is he an alcoholic? Why did that have to be in here?
I don't, because someone thought that, like, there's a couple things in here that I noticed about this movie, and a couple of them were people had some idea, it seemed like, for a joke, and they thought it was really funny, and so it just like he's an alcoholic, but everything is a fucking booze bottle, right? He's turned everything into a booze bottle, so that is like some running gag in this, and it feels like that's the only reason he's an alcoholic, right? It's just ridiculous.
Trevor, first of all, like I said, when this started and they killed the wife, I looked over at Kelly and I said, I cannot believe 3 minutes in, this movie's already off the rails. The difference in Happy Gilmore, just watching this movie, because you get to see both, the difference of the happiness, the brightness, the like, ooh, how vibrancy. Fun is this, of the first one, yes, to then go back to the second one, and it's just, oh my God. Also,
it looks awful. It feels awful.
A good cameo or two, but every fucking scene has.
Everybody has to have. Yeah, I know. Now, and not only that, but then they do the callbacks too. I can't believe this shit, man. This is an awful movie. This is a lazy, awful movie.
I gotta say here, I laughed a handful of times at some of the shit between him and his sons. I wish they would have accentuated that, as opposed to Sandler casting his own daughters in this fucking role. One is the AA groupie, the other is the dancer, so that they could, there's woke dust still sprinkled on this a little bit. There's
of course there is,
and it shines through, because the sons are fucking hilarious on this, especially. I laughed out loud and rewound it once when his sons mooned when they were driving away and they mooned the van, and he said, "Gordy, you got to get that looked at by a doctor." What is that? I mean, that's a classic Adam Sandler line. But he looks tired. He looks old. He looks sad. The movie is kind of sad, and it's long. This is a 2-hour fucking movie. Why is this so long?
It's not a good movie. This is an awful movie. It just is.
It's depressing that this is now the entry for Happy Gilmore 2. That this is the one in the books.
They keep doing this.
I know.
I'm so
it's
tired.
Axel F. It's this. It's the same fucking thing over and over and over. And I'm not beating up on Netflix. It's everybody does this now.
Oh yes, I'm not saying just one thing. I'm saying everyone's doing this right now. There's a clear shortage of good writers, of good filmmakers, of good actors. They're just not there, and we're just getting slop. And I get that it was fun probably to make this. It was fun for everyone to come back together. I'm saying it's an awful movie. I liked some of it, as you said you did, but at the same time, I don't know. Like, I like the Shooter McGavin stuff in this.
He was great in it.
Sideline. I thought that was, but I thought it was clever. He's in the insane asylum.
Yes.
He gets out. Then he becomes the coach to them. I thought, okay, that's actually a decent idea and a good follow through and a good setup and all that kind of stuff.
Was great. I thought that was funny.
Even him, as far as a character goes, the one guy trying to get him to cut his ligaments, and to be in that thing, and him saying no because he's like I'm the fuck he just holds obviously he cares about golf, right? So it's like such a character moment for him.
But the idea of cutting the ligament, that's a good idea.
That's a good idea too, I know.
A little bit of things in here all sprinkled around.
And stuff, yeah.
Yes, I like that stuff. All of that.
I agree.
But why do we have the endless cameos? Why is Margaret Qualley in this with other? It's like, what the fuck are we doing? And it's just,
I would be fine with all that. Those weren't that bad. I think that not one fucking frame of Happy Gilmore 1 should be in Happy Gilmore 2. That should just be fucking obvious.
Yeah.
If you have to do that, you failed. It's just a failure out the gate. I don't know, man. It's just a bad movie. It's really not that interesting to watch. It's long, like you say, and I was disappointed. Ultimately, it's forgettable. And I liked basically the end of it.
Like you said, Christopher McDonald comes in and saves it around the halfway point because, it's an hour or so before he's even in this fucking movie. Why is Bad Bunny playing the caddy? There's nothing funny about that whatsoever. And there's bits in here that just fail over and over. The guy that'll take a punch or take the golf ball to the chest, Enrique or whatever that is, that's not funny.
Yeah.
So it's just... Here we go again, beating it up on it, but it makes you...
It deserves it.
But every once in a while, there's a scene that comes through, and you're like, yes, this is what we're talking... This is the spirit of what I was looking for, and then it gets crushed immediately by a little tag on that scene or a cameo, and you're like, fuck, here we go again, And on top of it, Ben Stiller doesn't get a laugh in this movie. Not one fucking laugh. It's his...
They play that character, so he's just so evil and not funny.
It's not funny. He
doesn't even say anything that's funny.
It's like he's back, but to do what? To just stand there? It's the most useless recall since Mark Hamill.
This movie plays also. Is not like the way they shoot this, like when they have the family dinner, when they're all growing up and stuff. Towards the beginning of the movie, and the sons come home. You're like, oh, your sons are going to be here, and then they have that family dinner stuff. The way that's shot feels more drama than comedy. And it's just like, it feels so, because it's like hyper realistic, right? The way they shoot it, and the cameras are, and yeah, it feels like a dramedy at that point. Like, it's just, I don't know. I want an Adam Sandler comedy.
It felt more Apatow at that point than Goofy.
It felt like that, or it felt more, like a serious Sandler, rather than silly Sandler, which is what Happy Gilmore is, or should be.
Fucking sad Gilmore, as far as I'm concerned, because the movie was sad. He was sad, and it didn't leave me feeling very good watching it. It's surprising, because that's the last thing I would expect from Happy Gilmore. It would be a sad Gilmore. But once again, you keep turning these fucking characters into downtrodden messes, and we revisit them later in life, and they're broken down. They're not Martin Riggs from Lethal Weapon. We don't... You know what I mean?
There's no reason for it.
They all fucking turn
into.
There's
no reason to kill his wife. First of all, it's unbelievable. He would kill his wife like that, and then he would go back to golfing. There's no fucking way.
No, because she's coming to him in his dreams and saying, go back to it.
But the minute you would step up to even golf, you'd be like, oh, God, right? It would be...
And he gets... why the subplot about him even returning and then crashing and becoming a spectacle again and having to clean up, and this is all just extra filler for no fucking reason. He's running
from the law. I know.
Like, what?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it's ultimately I think it's really poorly written. I think it's cheap. As in, it feels like there was a deadline looming and someone just wrote some shit and that was it. It just feels uninspired, really.
That's a great word for it, uninspired. And I think that's a perfect word and segue into our next film, which so far is the biggest movie of July, and this is now Jurassic World Rebirth, a movie that we both have seen, contributed to this $300 million gross domestically and $700 million.
I saw this in theaters. I went.
And I saw it at the drive-in, and it's to me it's a drive-in movie. This is your monster movie, your classic summer invasion type stuff. I wanted to like this. I went in to like this, and I gotta recount this. You sent me a text that is fucking classic. You saw this, and at the end you said, the audience I saw it with clapped at the end. I like to think it was because the movie was over.
They did clap too. I swear to God, there's actually people. I went to like a 10 o'clock showing of this, and there was maybe 10% of the theater full. There were people in that screening, which is, it happens sometimes, but like when I went and saw Horizon, obviously the old people were there, but this was like some families and some young kids and stuff. And, it delivered for them, obviously. And I have to say, like, the action stuff still works. I like the dinosaurs when the dinosaurs are attacking and stuff. The storyline and the characters is where, I'm kind of done with. But I like the family. I like the dad and his daughter, the two daughters and the boyfriend and stuff. I thought that was good. It was the real actors in this, the Scarlett Johansson, that was awful.
Why was she so bad
she's
in this?
Awful in this.
It was almost punk rock, like a Dakota Johnson, Madam Web style. Like, I'm not going to even invest
a little bit
in this at all.
Tongue in cheek.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you know that I'm not really even. I'm just talk about cashing a fucking paycheck. This is what that felt like to me. And then you got Mahershala Ali roaming around this movie, kind of like he was roaming around Predator. It's what it reminded me of. Wasn't he in Predator back in the day too? As the
Leslie, that remake.
Yeah, the one with Adam Brody.
So.
Adrian Brody in it? I think he was in it as like the African Sierra Leone fucking. Yeah, I want to say he was in that movie. Wasn't he the guy, like one of the assassins from Sierra Leone? Anyways, but the adventure part of the movie I liked. It's more of an adventure than the other movies had become, and it's probably the most enjoyable since the first Jurassic World is over the last two that were at the Dominion and Fallen Kingdom.
When do you think this movie actually starts? Because I have in mind when this movie fucking starts, and it ain't the fucking.
It's about 45 minutes into this fucking movie. There's a lot of setup to do in this thing. With the whole drug. Go ahead.
Yeah, I would say the start of this movie is when we're introduced to the father and the daughter on the boat. That's when this movie actually starts. It's a good 30 minutes into the fucking movie.
I felt like 45 to me.
It might have been 45. It's a good while into this fucking movie, and that's when first of all we start seeing real dinosaurs coming at them. Stuff's happening. You get into it.
Shit's
it's really
coming
a
out of the
decent
water.
action sequence. I'm wondering, like, are they going to kill this person? Are they not?
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh, like what? This is actually kind of good for a moment here, and then they switch back to Scarlett Johansson, and it's awful again.
Who undermines every scene. That anytime there's a building moment, and that sequence that you're talking about on the boat there, that I think maybe the highlight of the movie in a lot of ways, because it was reminding me of Jurassic Park 3, where there was
even Jaws. It was really quite good.
There was a horror element to it that they don't normally do, but where this thing absolutely fell apart to me is when we get to the fucking the big dinosaur at the end. I forgot the name of it there. The
Star Wars Alopolis.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, this thing is straight out of Lucas Spielberg heaven. Disortarius Rex or whatever dysentery Rex, diarrhea Rex. It was fucking awful. And then we go through all of this bullshit, and they decide to give this fucking medicine away and make it open source for the whole world to just. Did you see that whole? You don't remember that whole epilogue on it?
Yeah, no, I remember the whole because that's a conversation that would continually happen through the whole thing. That was the like, even though by the way, we went from like, should we make dinosaurs or should we not make dinosaurs to should we make mutant fucking dinosaurs or should we not make mutant fucking? It's like, I don't even know anymore. Like, you just do whatever the fuck you want. And then these two, and then we have this conversation where it's like, should we really keep this from everyone or should we just give it away? It's like there's no morality anymore, guys. I don't give a fuck. Like, all of you can die.
I mean,
like the only morality I thought in this whole thing was the dad and the, what he would do to save his daughters, and that the boyfriend, learning to rise up to be a man to the occasion. That was a great story. I liked all that.
That actually reminded me of something like in Transformers, and I know that's funny to say that, but that's something you'd see like as a side plot in a Transformers type movie. And I thought with the David Cope back, I thought, okay, well, here we go. Because usually when you have the family and the boyfriend, all that, it's a fucking, we're wasting time to get back to the main character. Problem here is your main character is so fucking boring, and that the side characters, luckily, are carrying the movie. And I didn't think that was going to be the case, to be honest with you. But here we are.
No, I know it was interesting. I thought, and I liked there were callbacks to the original. I think some of them were pretty stupid, and some were pretty good.
Yeah,
but
likewise.
Ultimately that didn't really matter. I just thought the storyline, the main storyline, is such a bog for this. It just sucks the energy out of this entire movie. And I mean, from the cold open, from that, the big monster there, which how big is the monster? Nobody knows. How to get out of there? It doesn't make any sense. It's big, it's medium, it's all different sizes. Whatever size you want it to be, it's only in the movie for about 5 fucking minutes. What is the point of having the fucking monster thing? If it's only going to be, it's barely the end of the movie. They're finally going to face this thing. It doesn't do anything.
Well, it gives you that teaser in the beginning, years ago this thing fucking escaped, and then
it's sloppy writing. It feels like again, just mid-range crap writing. We had to make a movie. Here you go. We delivered a big, crazy dinosaur for you. It's great, but
the idea of getting a pharmaceutical company involved. I felt like deep blue sea, where we're gonna get sharks to do the dementia research and shit. It's like, haven't we done? We're gonna use an extinct kind of animal to use.
Oh yeah, the original Jurassic World was essentially similar to that, right? We're gonna train velociraptors.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, we've already. That's what I'm saying. Like, this feels like such trodden ground at this point that it just doesn't make any sense anymore. Like, you can't one up this by just pushing the mark past a little bit, because it's not. It loses all sense of any morality, right? Because you've already decided that you can make dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are cool because dinosaurs are in the fucking city now. We have zoos of dinosaurs just on the fucking mainland. Dinosaurs are good. To go now and to go, well, should we make mutant dinosaurs? Like, they're already fucking mutants. Like, there's I don't get, like, this whole morality wannabe that this fucking movie's trying to pull the Jurassic Park shit like the first one did. Obviously better than any of the other ones have done. Just give up. Stop doing it. Attempt to do something else. Just do a Jurassic Park 3, even though that one tries to do it too. But I don't know. I guess that's what they try to do here, but Lord.
Like you said, the Xavier character, I liked. Henry, there's people in there that you liked, but it was all for naught. And this thing is basically the Fast and Furious franchise, but with dinosaurs, and that it's making $1 billion every time it comes out for Universal. So they're not going to stop making these.
And the high point of this was family. So
there you go. So it's all about family. Okay, let's move on and talk about. Unfortunately, we're talking about some bad movies on tonight's show. For the most part here, and that is I Know What You Did Last Summer, the new reboot.
What if I said I loved this movie? Wouldn't that just...
I mean, I gotta tell you, I think this is
you already know there's no fucking way.
This is one of the worst movies I've seen this year. This is going on. I mean, already I'm earmarking this for top 5 worst movies I've seen this year. I fucking loathe this movie, and it's not because it's poorly done. It's not. I actually liked the beginning scene.
Is.
I liked the sequence at the engagement party. I liked the concept of somebody doing something and thinking it's behind you and it coming back to bite you in the ass. That's a very appealing concept, and especially when you're a teenager and you think that a mistake you make can come and haunt you the rest of your life. That's very cool. What I don't like is the way that they treated the fucking veteran characters in here, and I don't want to spoil this, but you saw the movie. Give me a fucking break. The logic behind the main killer and why they're doing what they're doing holds no weight. And not only does it hold no weight. It's just
standard slasher, yeah.
It not only does it hold no weight, it totally cuts out all the original shit.
Oh yeah, they just take care. This is what they do now with this stuff. They just take your hopes and dreams and they smash them. They go, look, didn't we do such a great job? And you go, no. And that's why no one saw this movie. This movie looks like a fucking Netflix streaming movie, by the way. This is awful. It's terribly made. some of the dialogue, especially the Jennifer Love Hewitt shit that they have, the callback dialogue to the original. Oh my God.
And it's said about as bad. Her delivery hasn't gotten any better either over the years, I hate to say.
Oh, it's way better than the original. The first two are fucking magnificent. This is awful. The third one, obviously, don't talk about that one. But this is just awful. It's an awful movie. I thought the actors were not great. The dialogue's horrible. The whole setup's stupid. We're standing in the middle of the road and then the fucking car swerves off and crashes. I thought this is dumb as shit.
Look at your cast from the original. You got your Ryan Phillippe,
but what they
Sarah
do
Michelle,
in the original
Jennifer
is
Love,
way worse than this.
But on top of it, all four of those people went on to have fantastic careers. None of the people you're watching,
they're great actors.
None of the people you're watching will go anywhere.
Even Jennifer Love Hewitt, who's arguably the least great of the bunch, still went on to have a bunch of. It's still good, right? She went on to go have a bunch of fucking a really long career, right? Even in television or whatever. Okay, fine. She wasn't a huge movie star. None of them were. But
nobody from this cast will. This is a cast of
nobody's. Fucking talent over this cast. This cast is a bunch of Netflix. This feels like a Netflix movie. And there was at one point, I didn't even finish watching it. There was like a Prime fucking TV show. Was there not?
Was there? It doesn't. That's what this felt like. This felt like a pilot.
Pretty sure there was. Show. I'm almost certain, or there was something.
Did you think
like
that
this. I don't know.
The fucking final, the final killer, the final reveal. Did you think that was earned at all?
No, I didn't think it. Well, so obviously you can't guess. I don't think you can guess the killer.
There's
I don't
no
think
way.
It's possible.
I don't think so either.
Because they don't give you the information until right at the end there. And then even then you're like, well, okay. But then you go, well, that can't be true.
Because so-and-so was here.
Well, not only that, but for obvious fucking reasons. And they even play that out in there to show you that obviously whole story's not here, right? And then
they
do the rest of the other reveal, and it's like, holy fuck.
Well, on top of it now, this is, if you haven't seen it now, it is what it is. But the Sarah Michelle Gellar
was terrible.
Cameo,
why is bother?
That? Yeah, why?
Don't put her in there. Don't do that.
And not only that, and then you got the Brandy cameo, and like, what are we doing here with Carla? And we're calling back that. Like, you guys had the confidence to think that this was going to be a hit, and that there was going to be another one of these. This is done. This is collapsed. Talk about a collapse at the box office. 60%
this is
in the second
terribly
week.
Written. A horrible thing to do. I don't even know how. Well, I guess the only thing I can say is that you're trying to rewrite I Know What You Did Last Summer as if it was Scream, and it's horrible. It doesn't work. And it's just a bad movie though. Maybe you could write this so that it would work and you could do that, but I don't know if I would want to watch it. This is an I Know What You Did Last Summer. I want to see that.
Well, on top of it, there's movies like The Curve, which take things that are similar in concept and do it even better than this. So I would recommend things like that before.
100%, yes. I would go back and watch any slasher from the 90s or early 2000s before I would watch this shit.
I'd fucking watch Soul Survivor before I watch this.
I was just going to say that, which is fucking awful, by the way. That is a slog of a movie to get through, but that is probably a must-watch, really, if you want to, like, any early 2000s slashers, everyone's seen fucking Soul Survivor, and it's an awful movie.
It is terrible. So is
Valentine. It has Eliza in it, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can't really. Oh, I love Eliza. I love Douche Q.
I heard she's selling like real estate now. She's not even in the business anymore.
She's because of
some inappropriate behavior,
sexual assault. No, she's a therapist or something now.
That's what it is. Yes.
Could you even imagine? I would go to therapy.
I could not concentrate, ma'am. I'm going to have to cancel our session. Thank you very much. My session is causing me to come back for another session. This is giving me therapy. All right. Let me tell you about...
have to leave therapy.
F1. I saw F1 recently, and to me, this is the movie of the summer. This is what I go to the movies to see. I'm trying to get you to go see it because I think you're going to love it. Is it a perfect movie? No. It's 2 hours and 40 minutes. It needs about 30 minutes cut out of it as far as I'm concerned, but I can't exactly tell you where. It's a real movie. There's a beginning, middle, and end, and there's characters, and they go through changes, and they make logical decisions that aren't just based on what the plot needs are. and the setups and payoffs are there, and there's fucking good acting from pros that have done this shit. And I mean, the physical filmmaking on display is staggering. If this movie doesn't get a Best Picture nomination just for the fact of what they've accomplished here, this is Top Gun-esque, but without that nostalgia pull. So it doesn't move as quickly as a film, because you're not like, oh, this was like that. It's a new experience. But God damn, man, this is a fucking movie. This is what I go to the movies to see. It left such a good taste in my mouth that was immediately fucking soured by your Jurassic Park, and I know what you did last summer, that you forget, that there used to be magic. The lady next to me finished her popcorn and was like twisting it in her hands, like the bag, because she was so into the fucking races that were happening. I could hear like the strain of the bag on it. And I don't know. I highly recommend this to anybody out there. It has great legs so far. I don't think it'll play as well when it gets to home media, although it's worth watching on home media. But if you can see this in a theater, preferably in IMAX, if it does a re-release here in August like they say, catch it, because this is a hell of a movie. It's a real fucking movie, man. It's the best thing I've seen all summer, and really, frankly, maybe all year.
And so the drama part?
The drama part. Yeah, I mean, look, there's shades of Driven. There's shades of Days of Thunder. This
is the thing that they can never quite handle with racing movies, right? What happens off the track?
But look, the kid who's the rookie, I felt like it was written for Michael B. Jordan. I swear to God, he's petulant like a Michael B. Jordan. He's arrogant. He's supposed to be this good-looking, kind of charismatic dude, and I was like, this is like almost how I sense Michael B. Jordan is in all of his movies. Kind of a petulant, talented kid that needs to be coached and shit. So kind of a Creed character. But other than that, I thought how they handle Pitt, who is the main guy but isn't supposed to be the main guy, was really good. Javier Bardem is great in this movie as well. And I don't know who the girl is, the actress who plays the quote-unquote love interest for Pitt. She kind of looks like a Rebecca Ferguson, but she's really good in this as well. Everybody's solid. The movie's fucking solid. It's a bit long, but once again, it does not skimp on the racing. It puts you right there, and
I'll have to go see it.
It's a real fucking movie, man. I'm telling you.
Maybe I'll go see it in D-Box.
That might be too much. I mean, it's these racings go on for like 15 fucking minutes, man. I mean, these things go. It's a real deal. Like, they do not skimp on this shit. Usually when you watch a movie like this, you go, okay, here's the set piece, and they blew their wad here. They don't have much money for their fucking other scenes and stuff. This is no expense. No expense was spared. You could see that every dollar is on that fucking screen.
All right, I'll go. I'll see it on Tuesday.
I'm telling you, I do not think you'll be disappointed.
You're talking me into it.
I just know that you will appreciate, at the very least, the fact that there are characters here that change, that maybe don't change. You know what I mean? But there are. It's a real. The writing is there.
It sounds like a real movie.
Yes. It's
Other than what I've been watching lately, which has been not real movies.
I'm telling this. Take the scene. There's a sequence in that movie where they all have dinner and it turns into a poker game. And it's supposed to be, I guess, equivalent to the beach volleyball scene or the beach football scene in Top Gun, in a sense. And you watch that scene, and it's a long sequence, and there's, one of the characters leaves and two other characters continue it on. And you think, this is so well handled that I cannot believe this is all one sequence. And the amount of writing and acting and cutting and how these actors are all playing this, and I don't know, the emotion that they're going through is just unfucking believable. So highly recommend it to you. Talk about where people clapped at the end of it. People did clap at the end of this one, and it was deserved, I thought, because it's a spectacle, and it's not a CGI spectacle. Of course, there's CGI elements to it, but they're so beautifully blended in, and it just real. It's real people, they're race car drivers, but still, it's a relatable human with relatable emotions and fears and hang-ups and things like that, So it gets me excited and a little bit depressed, because if they can do this, I'm ready for Days of Thunder 2, but I'm a little depressed because how are you going to top this? This might be the best racing movie. No, it is the best racing movie of all time, without question. So that's my diatribe about that. And I love Days of Thunder, and I really liked Driven, but this movie is, from a technical standpoint and just what they can get on screen, it's unfucking believable and beautiful to look at. It's that Kosinski, everything is just black and white and stark, and just, it's gorgeous to look at.
Sure.
Yeah, it looks like, everything's like an Apple store in a sense. And F1 itself is beautifully, and they allowed them access. So these motherfuckers they're on the ground and they're involved in these events. And like when they had the Vegas event last year, like they're there. So it's crazy. Check it out, my man. You forget what a good actor Brad Pitt is and what a fucking movie star was.
I don't forget that. I do know Brad Pitt's great.
But you know what I mean? Like, you see like a Mission Impossible and you see this and you go, fucking movie stars, man. This is why these guys are still in movies that are making almost $200 million. It's because there's something about them you want to see, and I just don't see that other places. When I'm watching these trailers and I'm watching even something like this movie called Roof Man with Channing Tatum coming out. It looks clever, but it's like no one in there is like,
Roof Man.
Well, it's a true story about a guy who was we should talk about the trailer on the next show. It's a true story about a guy who was living in the roof of a Toys R Us, hiding from the law. It's kind of a quirky. It's from the guy who did Place Beyond the Pines and Blue Valentines. I don't know tonally how that's going to work out, but let's jump into trailers. But anyways, F1 so far is the movie of the summer to beat. I don't think it's going to be beat, and I think that the legs on this show, the word of mouth has been fucking fantastic, and globally it's doing very, very well. It makes me want to watch that Drive to Survive. Did you ever watch that F1 show on Netflix?
The show? No.
Yeah. There's it's called Drive to Survive. Yeah, no.
I never saw it, no. You should watch you saw the Eric the Senna
documentary? Yes, I did.
Documentary, yeah.
Which was fantastic.
I mean, that's so good. But yeah.
Which was what?
Other than that, I don't know. The Ron Howard racing movie is pretty good.
It left me so cold, that movie. I don't know
I know.
Why.
It's pretty good, but it's just not perfect.
Was it because it's a period piece? I don't know. But something about it left me cold.
Maybe it's shot like the colors are muted. I guess because it's a period piece.
Yeah, but this is not. Like, this is in your face. You know what I mean by that? Like, this is... I don't know. It's fucking gorgeous to look at. There's certain frames in this that are pieces of art. So, it's as good as anything I've seen this year, and is the leader for me for the best picture of the year. I hope it gets nominated, because just even for cinematography, for them capturing what they've captured, unfucking real. Okay, let's move on to talk about trailers. And the first trailer I want to talk to you about is Red Sonja. You told me to watch this trailer. I didn't even know this was being released into theaters. Do you know who the distributor is on this? Right. Did you check this out?
I don't know who is. It's got to be
Samuel Goldwyn Films.
I was gonna say it's got to be someone shitty, right?
Don't they release like Merchant Ivory movies like in 400 screens, or something like that? This is not like a Lionsgate or a Millennial.
I think they've done similar stuff to this. They just do dog shit movies.
This is.
Honestly.
I thought when they first announced this project years ago, and Robert Rodriguez was behind it, that they had possible chance of creating a franchise. Looking at this trailer, this is a one-off. This is never going to amount to anything. Sure. So why? First of all, is that Kellen Lutz's sister, Matilda Lutz, the main girl?
Is that who that is? I don't know. Is it?
Why are they giving her a title card? Like, we know who the fuck it is. Now. It's like they give her a full title card, like it's Stallone or something. How the fuck are we supposed to know who this redhead is? She's built like Kellen Lutz.
I don't know. I don't know. She was in that Revenge movie, which was pretty big at the time. She was in Rings, apparently. Right. I don't really remember Rings.
Which directed by M.J. Bassett. And I don't know if you ever saw that Solomon Kane movie. Did you ever watch that?
No.
Solomon Kane is fucking good, man. This is underrated. It's a Ron Howard movie, or Ron Howard character that she directed a movie of, and it actually has a decent budget and is fucking supposed to start a franchise, and it got dumped just like this movie's being dumped, and that went straight to video in most territories. I'm surprised this hasn't or isn't gonna go. But if you never saw Solomon Kane, check it out. James Purfoy, I think that's his name, Purfoy.
Yeah, I never saw it. I mean, I know the cover art. It's the guy in like a robe or whatever type. Like
Yeah,
he's kind of sitting.
He's like
thing.
a pilgrim time period.
Yeah, it looks like it kind of looks like a Red Sonja-esque type poster, really.
It's
with
probably
a guy.
It's directed by the same lady who did this movie, which is probably why she got the assignment. And this trailer isn't. It's what I was expecting. I gotta be honest.
I think the Red Sonja trailer looks pretty fun. I think it looks like absolute dog shit. I think it looks like Uwe Boll, Ghost
I'll go
directed
see
it.
this. I can go see this
And
in the
I'm
theater.
perfectly fine with it, but it is going to be a one-off, as we say. And my expectations are obviously adjusted perfectly for this. Like, I would love for this to have been better, but you know what? They're not trying to sell it to me as if it is some fucking $200 million fucking movie. It's clear to me when I watch this is a piece of shit. And for those reasons, I'm going to watch it and enjoy it.
It just reminds me of the Conan with Momoa when I'm watching this trailer. In that,
or something like that. But it wasn't that such a letdown because they tried to sell it to you as if it was the next coming of Conan.
Oh yes, yeah. Whereas now with some time, and you look back on it, yes, it's a steaming pile of shit. But there is glimmering moments in there where you go, there was actually something here.
Again. I don't know. I mean, you say that, but we'll go back and watch John Carter. It's fucking awful.
You're right. I can't get through it. I never have.
You know what else is awful? That Cowboys and Aliens is still awful.
I can't get through that either.
There are some movies that are just awful, man. Like you just can't do it. I feel like that Conan movie is pretty much just awful. But
The Hangover Part 2. I mean, that's fucking awful.
Yeah, I know. But that one fooled you because those were all good when they came out, or good-ish. And that did not age at all.
Yeah, those.
That didn't age to the second weekend.
That's true. Well done. So this comes out in August. I think August 15th is the release date here, and I'm sorry, August 14th would be the release date. I have
no idea how many theaters. It's got to be small, though.
Nah, you won't be able to catch this. This will be gone before you even know it. If this makes, you think this makes more or less than The Crow?
It's fine. I don't think this. I think less. I don't think this makes much of anything. Because I don't think anyone's going to know to go see it. I don't think anyone's going to want to go see it. This looks like something I want to see at home.
Yeah. I'd check this out just to say I saw it in the theater. Because, you and I always like to catch movies
if
that
you
feel
do
like
that,
they escaped into theaters.
But I don't think that's enough to get everybody else to do it. But I would go see this if this was playing around me. I don't think this is going to be playing around me, though.
I don't think it's playing around anyone. I think if this actually makes it to theaters, it'd be surprising until they just dump this onto some sort of streaming service. Unless the theatrical run is an advertisement for the eventual streaming run, where they're trying to get some sort of more eyeballs on it. Okay, the next one we're talking about tonight is Sweet Revenge. Please explain this to me, because I watched this trailer. It's about 90 seconds long. I'm fucking lost. Is this from Paramount? Is this officially something?
No, this is from Horror Inc. This is part of the Jason Universe thing they did.
What is this?
Original creator, original writer of Friday the 13th won back the rights for the movie rights, right? Or something like that. Like A24 and Paramount are doing the TV show. They're doing a streaming show, which is Crystal Lake, I think is what their one's called.
I thought that was canceled and redone. It's been a shit show on that.
Maybe, but that's not what this is. This is completely different. This is the Jason Universe thing. And so this is a Friday the 13th Jason movie, but it doesn't really have anything to do with, like, continuing the franchise or anything like that. What it appears to be is just a group of teenagers go to Camp Crystal Lake and get killed, which I'm fine with, actually. If this is going to be like Jason's going to run around and kill people and they're just going to do this, isn't this just a Friday the 13th movie? I'm so confused.
I'm so confused too. It reminds
Why
me
are you
of,
trying to pretend like this isn't?
It reminds me when the Sean Connery came back for that one James Bond movie and the rights holder situation there. It's kind of what you're saying.
It's kind of a similar thing, yeah.
But this doesn't look bad for its type, for what it is, at least from a trailer standpoint.
No, it looks like a pretty run-of-the-mill Friday the 13th. So I would, at this point, welcome something like that after having seen a couple of things. God, what was the one with... it was from the killer's viewpoint. Guy, I saw it in the theaters. Can't remember the name of it.
Oh, God.
But they had one where it's from the killer's viewpoint. The
awful.
whole thing. He just walks around. It's a fucking awful movie, to be honest with you.
A couple years ago.
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
It was not. I would welcome just a straight-up regular old Jason Voorhees machete, fucking put on the hockey mask, kill some people.
Is there a time of year where you prefer horror movies over other horror? Like, I know horror movies traditionally around fall because every trailer I saw.
Yeah.
But for me, summertime has always been. I don't know if it's because of sleepovers in the summer or if the Nightmare on Elm Street movies were released or HBO played them more in the summer or what it was.
I mean, a hot summer night is good for horror movies too. Yeah.
I feel like like a real hot summer night is like let's bust out one of these old 80s, slasher flicks or something like that. Where in the fall, it's already depressing and dreary. I don't want to fucking make it more.
I guess the thing about the fall though is that because of that you're gonna stay indoors, so you watch stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, it's true. In most horror movies have that overcast kind of look.
I think it's the creepy time of year and stuff. So I guess it works there. But I get what you're saying. I mean, hot summer nights are great for that too. But I don't know. I watch movies all year long, whatever the fuck I want to watch.
Yeah, it's funny. I tend to watch certain genres. I feel like over at certain periods more than others. I noticed. Like blockbusters during the summer. Strange.
Yeah. Well, if you're watching new things and you're kind of trapped into
whatever the
release schedule is, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, usually whatever is out in the early part of the year is what I'm watching in fucking summer. So, shit. What's the last trailer? Oh, The Peacemaker Season 2. So not really a movie we're talking about here, but the second season of the James Gunn, John Cena, Suicide Squad continuation. And the first season was a huge surprise to me because I really got into it. And I wasn't expecting to because I didn't think the character was that appealing in the Suicide Squad movie. Here we got Frank Grillo coming in as Rick Flag Sr., making that jump over from the Superman movie where he's appearing in now and in Creature Commandos, which I've recommended to you a couple times. I don't know if you ever checked it out. Did you ever watch that? I thought that was really good, actually, for a little animated series and had that gun spirit because it was animated. I thought I could get away with a lot more. But this looks good. I'm going to watch this one. Although I'm a little concerned about the parallel universe and the time jumping and all that kind of stuff, but I do like that they're bringing Grillo in as the main bad guy. What are your thoughts here?
I think this looks fucking amazing, and I can't wait to watch this. I love the first season. This is like the oddity James Gunn shit, where it's just like, yes, please,
right on target.
He nails the fucking music. I'm not gonna say that the trailer is gonna necessarily work one-to-one with the actual show here, but the music in the trailer, the uplifted feeling of the emotional roller coaster that the Peacemaker's on, what he's trying to do, how he's trying to put his life back together, and how something from his past is coming back to haunt him in the form of Frank Grillo here. It's just great. This is what I want. This is what I want. And to my point here, I don't want this. I don't want Superman to be this.
I hear you.
I mean, I don't think that's weird, but I kind of feel like possibly Superman's a little bit like this now, and I don't want that,
Well, the wisecracking Whedonisms we don't need in a Superman movie. We had that to an extent.
But how do you feel? I mean, we're at a point now where we're going to have two separate Batmans.
Well, we had two separate Jokers for a while too. They're running concurrently. So I mean, what's the fucking difference? I mean, it's just this whole thing is so unwieldy.
But it's just it's weird, right? Like, why it doesn't? I think the whole idea of the universe thing. I was thinking about this. What was I watching? Oh, I was watching Thunderbolts, and I was thinking about this. There's so much fucking going on, superhero-wise, at any given moment in any of these universes. When you think about all the other superheroes on the planet, in the other dimensions, in the fucking universe, in the world, there's so much shit going on. How does anyone go through their daily lives as human beings and just like there's superheroes fucking everywhere, fucking everything up constantly?
Oh, your cities are constantly being destroyed.
It doesn't make any sense. Yeah. When you take these characters and you put them all together in a universe, it makes no sense anymore. The whole thing breaks down. How the fuck can Batman and Superman really be logically in the same universe? It doesn't make, it's like too fucking much, right? It's just too much. So I don't know. I do not like, I was proven wrong, I guess, with the first Avengers, and they did a great job there at Marvel with it. But obviously they're stumbling and having problems here. DC's always had problems with it because it's a fucking hard pill to swallow.
It's tough. I mean, that's why the Suicide Squad movies were both of them were relatively big feats to pull off as well, because those are really obscure characters. And to make that a cohesive story around them, it's a lot of fucking work. But Gunn did it with the last one, and he seems to be doing it with Superman. Definitely doing it with this Peacemaker series, which is one of the more surprising enjoyments of the last couple of years for me, because I did not expect to like any of this.
And John Cena's great in it.
Surprisingly, because we were talking shit off air about his recent stuff, and
he's great. I think that Danielle Brooks, the sidekick girl that he's got, is surprisingly very good. Yeah, like the entire cast, all as
Robert
ridiculous
Patrick was
as
great
these people are. Yeah, they're like the whole thing works.
Yeah, I'm glad that this is coming back. August 21st, this will be on HBO Max, which has been rebranded to HBO Max. You see that they brought the HBO back.
Yeah.
About fucking time.
It's just a name.
It
is just a name at this point. It doesn't mean shit. I don't think any of the HBO people are actually making any of these shows, so it doesn't fucking matter. Call it whatever you want. Call it Dildo. It doesn't make a difference.
Dildo, see?
Dildo Max, you know? I mean, the Max comes from Cinemax. Nobody gives a fuck about that. So I don't know why we care about HBO. But don't you feel like Peacemaker is like DC's the Ryan Reynolds thing? The Deadpool. Is he not, kind of, in some way? Like, he's kind of like that character who's kind of like an asshole.
Yeah, but he's less self-aware. Like Deadpool.
Oh, completely.
Is more aware
I don't mean
of all the
in that
lunacy.
aspect of it, but he's like the asshole character who's
he's aloof.
Yeah, I mean, so is Deadpool.
Yeah, that's true.
Even though you were right, Deadpool pretends to be aloof, maybe? I don't know.
Well, Deadpool is in on the joke, whereas Peacemaker is the joke in most cases. You know, that's my thing. But also,
he's definitely, I feel like, the comedy aspect of like the DC universe. This is kind of it right now, right?
Well, this is why they're running with this character on a show. This is why they didn't make a show out of Bloodsport or out of Ratcatcher or fucking Polka Dot Man.
But the Green Lanterns is going to be a show.
I'm sure. But that's going to be totally different than this Peacemaker, which is it pushed the bound. The first season was fairly risque for a lot of the material that they were approaching.
That's what I was talking about. It's a very Deadpool
Disney,
like, isn't it? And it's kind of has that dark comedy to it.
Yeah, the shit they were touching,
and the weirdness.
Was surprising. Especially for a family show. I guess it's not a family show at any level. It's for adults.
It's not a family show, no.
Yeah,
I'm definitely gonna go back and watch season 1 though now. Just because watching this trailer got me hyped for Peacemaker.
Right.
Again.
you forget how amusing and how deadpan he was, walking around in his underwear and doing this. If there was 1,000 dicks on the beach, I'd eat them. I'll show you what a patriot I am. You know, that kind of shit. Just like his stupid lines.
Too far, bro. Too far.
And surprisingly, you actually felt sorry for him in that first season because of the way his father treated him. So there was a character development there, which was fairly surprising. Was not expecting that from that show.
They're kind of doing that in this as well, where he's a different person. He's a changed person, and he wants to erase his past. That's basically the point of him going to the other universe, right? He gets to erase his past and have the perfect life he always wanted. But he's going to fuck it up somehow.
Right. It looked like in polyester on top of it. Well, that's going to wrap up our episode for tonight. We want to thank you guys for joining us on this episode. As always, you can find our back catalog on where we at there, MovieMavericks.com, over there at Podbean, and on iTunes, Stitcher, Pandora. Wherever you're getting this, guys, we want to thank you as always for listening to us. We appreciate your time and your ear, and we'll be back with you soon. Speaking for Trevor Anderson, I'm Jason Rugard, and we are the Movie Mavericks.
Oh my, another magnificent episode has come to an end. If you're craving more, set your destination to MovieMavericks.com, Warp 9. Engage!